Hello, today I'm pleased to be joined by Rajh Odi, a 2011 graduate with a bachelor's degree in communications. After graduating, Raj pivoted from his academic focus on public relations toward a career in human resources in the healthcare field, a shift that was inspired by both his work during college as a personal trainer and his own health journey. After working in HR in home healthcare and physician services industries, Raj moved to the pharmaceutical space and a more analytical focused work, critically holding the role of senior manager for global talent strategy reporting and analytics at Bristol Myers Squibb. During his time at William Patterson, Raj was very involved as a student, working with the PR Club and the Student Government Association, serving as a new student orientation leader and participating in Greek life. Currently, he lives in New Jersey with his wife and 5-year-old twins, a boy and a girl. He is active on the board of the Hemophilia Association of New Jersey and is passionate about educating college students and professional colleagues about both the world of human resource analytics and the benefits of a non-traditional career pathway. Welcome, Raj.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome back to campus.
Excited.
So we always start with, how did you find your way to William Patterson?
It happened in high school. I was very interested in communications and the world of television. And we had a program at my high school in which we were exposed to like being in the studio, such as this one. And when William Patterson came up on my list of colleges to apply to, I said, wow, they have a pretty strong communications program at the time. And I said, yeah, let's try it. But at that time, when I was in high school, I grew up with a single parent, so I wasn't sure if I was going to get into William Patterson in terms of the finances. So I was lucky enough to actually get the EOF grant and be part of the EOF program as I entered college my first year. And so having that support and that program kind of launched me into the William Patterson University culture.
That's great.
Immediately.
That's great. Well, communications was a good program. It still is a good program where we continue to produce great grads like yourself. But you've thrived in a career that was not necessarily directly connected to your major. Can you talk a little bit about what motivated you to pursue a career in healthcare and pharmaceuticals?
Yeah, so as I graduated with the PR degree, I realized soon after that I didn't really have a lot of the internships that I wanted to secure when I was an undergrad. And I realized to myself, if I was going to be working in an industry where, I was up every day and just focused all my time, I wanted to do something that was aligned to the passion or things that I was passionate about, and more so things that surrounded my life. And I've gone through a number of health-related adversity and issues growing up and thought to myself, I think this is where I want to be. I want to be able to give back to the communities and to the caregivers and those that have affected my life and my family's life, and be part of work that's really meaningful, and knowing that I have purpose in what I do every day.
What sparked the analytics part of your work?
So I've
Because
always
most comm majors hate math.
Yeah, so
right?
a recent article from my current company posted something along the same topics, because they wanted to know, like, how do you go from being a PR major or communications major to being now very focused on analytics.
Right.
And that mostly came from my, I guess, outside of my academic track of just wanting to learn more and to analyze numbers and data. I always thought I was pretty decent at mathematics and statistics. Even going to William Patterson and taking those classes, I fared pretty well, but never thought that could be like part of my career. So when I felt that I had kind of this inkling of I actually have, some success in utilizing that type of knowledge in the back of my head, I said, okay, let me see how I can, merge the skills of what I have a passion to, and also apply it to like a real life scenario, which is different jobs.
Yeah. That's a great segue into the next question. So, we talk about one of the common themes across all industries is of course, change. And we sort of encourage our students to be flexible and adaptable and tell them that their career path may not be a straight line.
That's correct.
So even though you're not working in public relations, how do you think your William Patterson degree has served you as you sort of moved into this path that you're in now?
So as a communications major and PR major, I mean, right now, like I'm speaking still in front of many leaders across the company. So the public speaking portion of PR is still very much in effect. In addition to that, just the rigor of going through college and here at William Patterson with some of the classes, being able to take good notes and give great presentations and refining, your communication styles still apply to your everyday work, whatever industry you're in. It doesn't have to be like mine, for example, in pharmaceuticals or analytics, but in any industry, I think your communication is going to be very important because it's going to help you specifically reach out to the right people that you need to be working with. And also it can help you in terms of getting a promotion or moving up in whatever organization you're in.
Yeah, well, the art and science of using humans to persuade is still one of our strongest tools.
Yes.
And it's great to see that you're out there doing that work. So tell me about your most enduring William Patterson memory.
There's so many.
I hope it's not about Greek life.
I promise to refrain from Greek life conversation. I would say, my time here at William Patterson was enduring, was just trying to get through all of it, right? Get through all the classes. I did live on campus, so I had that experience, which most didn't. And it was, when I was here at William Patterson, I would say majority of the classmates I had were commuters. So that was, something interesting for me to kind of balance, like who's here, who's on campus, and who's not on campus. But more importantly for me, enduring kind of, and maybe this is kind of a segue, but enduring kind of the grind of, getting to class. I also worked 3 part-time jobs to support myself going through college, which also, taught me some balancing acts and making sure I got to my classes on time and submitted, my homework assignments. So for me, I felt like that was very enduring and just getting through the whole process of, am I going to, finish strong or, am I not going to make it? I don't know if that's directly what you were asking, but that's what I...
But that's amazing. You did all of that work, student government, PR club, Greek life, orientation leader, worked 3 part-time jobs.
That's right.
And so that's exhausting just listening to the list.
Thank you.
So was there someone in particular on campus, whether it was a student, faculty, or staff member who strongly impacted your college or professional career?
Yeah, so I was a PR, or I graduated as a PR major. So my advisor, Professor Brown, I believe she's still here with William Patterson. She was a huge proponent of making sure I was on track with my classes and making sure that I actually liked what I was doing. I still keep in touch with her today, which is one of the reasons why I'm here.
Great.
Which is great to keep in touch with alumni. And also the director of the EOF program, Carmen Ortiz. So she was more of the director, but also much like personal support as I went through the program and as I went through my college years and just trying to, go through the motions of college and trying to make it out successful. I definitely could still lean on her even to this day. So those two.
Many students still lean on Carmen. She's she's still here. She's still going at it. She's still doing great work.
That's right.
So I mentioned your interest in giving back and sharing your career experiences with others who can benefit from them. In what ways do you do that, and what is your main message?
So there's many ways of giving back to the community. Like I mentioned earlier, for me, finding something that you love to do and being passionate about it is one way that you can give back to the communities that you've been indirectly or directly involved in. For here at William Patterson, being involved in alumni relations and events that are still happening around the campus, and also trying to motivate the next generation of students to be persistent, to be consistent, and to follow what makes them happy. It's a tough balance, right? And so when we think about where we end up after college and what we're doing with our lives, I think if we can circle back to, the grounding foundations of, am I doing something that I love, and was my time spent, going through all those years of school worth it? But I would say in today's age, you need a bachelor's degree, to get into a lot of professional settings. And so that's where I think being persistent and consistent with what you want to do, and also branding yourself, right? Everyone has their own brand. And for me, my brand was helping people and giving back. So whatever that meant, whether it was in PR, HR,
right,
I was doing it. So.
That's great. Well, so we always wrap these up with a lightning round set of questions. I'm the 8th president of William Patterson, so there are 8 questions, some of about your time here at William Patterson, some about your life now. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So what would the title of your autobiography be?
It would be Aspire to Inspire.
Wow, that's great. What is your go-to meal as a student?
It was the fat sandwiches, the torpedo at Tony's Campus Cafe, which was off campus.
Okay, Tony's Campus Cafe off campus. What was your favorite study spot?
The Cheng Library. I think a back corner room on the 2nd floor.
Study rooms are so popular. You're naming a new pet, William or Patterson?
Patterson.
You're buying a new sweater, orange or black?
Orange.
What was your toughest class at WP?
Believe it or not, advanced statistics, because it was on a Saturday morning after a long week, and now I'm using a lot of statistics in my role,
amazing.
Which was my toughest.
What is your favorite piece of William Patterson branded gear?
I actually was going to bring it with me. I received this planner upon graduation, but the only thing I have still at home is a magnet.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to make sure we get you some. What is the single best piece of advice that you could give to today's students, no matter their major?
To recognize who your brand is, like I mentioned earlier, knowing who you are as an individual, knowing that what you have to offer the world goes beyond what you think, because there's others that are definitely on your side, and also to network, because there's a lot of people that you'll meet throughout life that you'll never know if that next connection will lead you to something great. It could be for your next, to meet your next partner, to land your next job. And I'm a true believer of those connections. And it's definitely helped me in my work.
Well, I always say that we are putting degrees in the hands of students who are changing the social fabric of New Jersey. And we are powering the people who power our great state of New Jersey. And you are living up to both of those. Thanks for coming back and playing. It was great to have you back on campus. And I hope I see you again soon.
Yes.
All right.
For having me.
Sure.